It's on, it says.
That's
Yeah.
Gary's.
Oh,
All right. Good morning, everybody. It's March the 19th, 2026, and we are here in the Leaders Lab. So, welcome all to the Leaders Lab. Today is about offer building. So, we're obviously going to do all of our regular coaching routines, all of our check-ins and everything else, but also, here comes my dog. It's gotten massive now.
mm,
Um, so today is about offer building as well, but I realized, of course, that not every one of you has complete control over every element of your offer. So I've cultivated and crafted this one a little bit to make sure we talk specifically about how to talk about your offer, not necessarily how to build an offer. Because I think a lot of us get uncomfortable when it comes to pitching what it is that we do or talking about how we do it, right? And so I want to make sure we focus on like the transformational elements of what an offer really is. So that's what we'll be talking about today, and I've got a whole bunch of templates and language for that. Show a thumbs up, everybody good with that? All right. So, but in the meantime, let's get rocking and rolling here, you guys. I'm going to go over to my PowerPoint and share my screen, and we'll get to here, and then we'll go to Zoom. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome to the Leaders Lab. This is session one of Convert, which is offers and all about the transformation. So, without further ado, let's get to our favorite part that everybody loves so much, what our agenda is. So, we're gonna get nice and focused. We'll do our lab reports, roundtable coaching, and level up lessons are all about offer building, and then we'll wrap things up today. But before we get there, let's, of course, everybody unmute themselves so we can share in our favorite ritual. And Darinka, we don't care if there's dogs barking in the background. We just want to hear your lovely voice. That's all. Dogs barking doesn't matter to us. I mean, it matters to Gary, but we just don't care what Gary thinks, so that's fine.
I might want to run in and pet him.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what did I do here? I went backwards. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, everybody ready? In three, two, one. My
My
mind is a
mind is a
garden.
garden.
My
My
thoughts
thoughts
are
thoughts
the
are the
seeds,
seeds.
and I
I
can grow
can see
flowers
flowers,
or
or
I can
I
grow
can see
weeds.
weeds.
Oh, yeah. And so, what has been a weed that's been bothering you guys lately? Right? What are you nurturing? What's been planted there and what's growing? So, I want you to grab your pens, write down something that might be bothering you recently. For me, it's all about health, you guys. My daughter got a cold like 10 days ago, and it has been shared with me, and I cannot seem to break this thing. So it is wave after wave of fevers and everything else. So it's been a brutal last 10-day stretch. Well, it started for me, it started, yeah, last week and continues. So that is my current weed, dealing with a damn cold. How do I focus through a cold? How do I focus and get results through a nasty cold? What is
Well, you
yours?
listen to your body and take some rest.
Yeah, it's been forcing me to, Gigi. I haven't had much of a choice. The ability to concentrate has been a challenge. So, yeah, I have been taking more rest as prescribed by Dr. Gigi.
Go.
Well, what is the weed that's been bothering you guys? And once you've got your weed, put in the chat box that you have your weed. Let us know that you've got your weed. That sounds bad, doesn't it? Let us know you got your weed. Is there something that's been bothering you? And just put in the chat once you've got the thing that's been bothering you. Whatever weed's been holding you back. Once you have that in there, put in the chat done. Okay. Now, real quick, you guys, out of those weeds that we wrote down here, has anybody facing one that they've been dealing with over and over and over again for a while? Has anybody got a weed in their life that they've been handling for quite a while? It's been bugging them for some time. Oh, Kat's got one. We have a rule here, Kat. Remember that rule?
I know which one I'm not allowed to say.
Oh, geez. Okay. Is this a different version of the same one?
Maybe a little bit.
Thank you, Gary. Okay, Kat, what is this weed that's been bugging you for a while?
I've just been feeling overstimulated on like
Mm.
how to adequately balance three businesses
Mm.
and feeling the guilt over launching a new one and dropping one and the guilt that I've been feeling about that to my team and all the work that I did over the last year. And now I'm kind of like, see you later. I'm working on this now. I'm holding some guilt to myself, even
Mm.
though what I'm sharing now is an upgrade and more impactful in a different way. Um, and just making sure that am I doing enough to balance my bread and butter pet company over the other things and having good harmony between those. It's just been bugging me to make, I just
Hmm. Does anybody have some feedback for Miss Cat there? Gigi does, yeah.
My first question, Kat, is what are you holding on to and why? And like, I know you say you're holding on to guilt, but why? If you're choosing what is best for you and you're choosing what's best for maybe secondary your family, if you say, even the fact that you're saying I'm holding on to the guilt
Hmm.
is making you feel here, but where's your
yeah.
power?
Mm. I have been getting up extra early over the last 2 weeks and meditating so I can work through this. And journaling every day, and it's been very helpful working me through this. But I think the guilt is that in Lactigo business, all my family all joined, and now I'm kind of like doing something else. So there's this guilt, like I
Mm-hmm.
got, you know, but I'm still building it, just sort of like a tiny bit. It's just sort of
Mm-hmm.
like
So I would reframe it like that, because
yeah,
guilt is never going to serve you.
Hmm.
I
It's
know
not.
it's a waste. It's an energy that's not.
Right.
Yeah, and I know my thoughts are things. We just said that. Where energy goes, energy flows. And so, yeah, that's why I've been meditating. I'm just focusing on where I'm going and why. But there's still that little
And
piece of
so
guilt that I
inside,
need to.
you know why, you know what you the why you're doing this. And so I would say let that be big and bountiful and like give you that what you need to move forward and
Okay.
drop the
Drop the
guilt,
guilt.
because you're not dropping the family.
Hmm.
No, no, and I'm not dropping the product either. I'm
And
still
you're
sharing
right.
it for what it does, but yeah.
And I think that then you also look at it like I am showing your family that it's not like a linear thing. Like we can do other things as well. So you give them permission to kind of look outside of the box. You
Hmm.
don't have to stay in your box.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. Because I was worried about like, oh, people are gonna think I'm like a fart in a windstorm doing all these different things and I can't concentrate on one. And the ADHD doesn't help, even though it's still my superpower. But
Stand your ground, my dear.
yeah.
Stand your ground. Just
I will keep doing on that and meditating on that and just staying laser focused on the why. There's
I
a
think
reason I.
I think what you're experiencing is something that a lot of entrepreneurs and business builders experience, and that is this idea that we make a declaration, right? And then a year later, or 18 months later, whatever it is, 2 years later, the world has changed, and that declaration has to change,
Mhm.
right? I think that's something that, um, for example, Gary was all on board with the Napoleon Hill Institute for the longest time. Gigi and I know this very well, right? And was very committed to that institute. He's no longer in the same position that he was, right, 2 years ago, right, Gary? You not feel the same way and everything else. Remember the statement that you guys have heard me say before. Where you wind up today might not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. So, Kat, you didn't tweak the way Lactigo's crappy compensation plan worked, and that nobody could make any money doing it unless they had a store or were selling it wholesale. That's not your fault,
Mhm.
right? They turned it into a charity business. That's not your fault, right? And having guilt is predominantly about the fact that you defined yourself as a specific person,
100%. I put 100%
right?
into that.
Yeah. And
100%. So,
and so now you have to, as you said, you've got to say you're doing something else. And so that saying goodbye to that older version of you can be very challenging. Right? I mean, Gary, you were full on board, and then it took time for you to eventually get frustrated, and none of that was your fault,
No,
right?
no.
it's interesting from an
It,
energy perspective too, because I'm finding when I've been wanting to work on Lactigo, it's not resonating anymore. The
yeah.
alignment isn't there. But on this one, it's like it is. So I'm following that as well. I've
That's
been
where
going
I
through
was.
an awakening process at the same time of all of this, a soul awakening. So yeah.
Go ahead, Gary.
I was going to say to Kat that's where I was, like Michael was saying with the Napoleon Hill stuff, and I was doing all, I don't know, for probably 6 months there. That's all. That's pretty much all I was doing as a volunteer and as a volunteer. You
Oh,
know,
it was a volunteer.
a not, it was supposed, it was, oh, it's coming, and then there were even some other overtures about potential gains that I could have, and then it was uh, one day, I don't know, over time, so many little things happen. It was, for me, it was the story of the camel and the final. What was the final feather?
Mhm.
There was a very specific. It was just a little feather. It was a phone call that, you know what, this is not. What am I doing? And it just boom, and it took me about I mean, I knew what I was going to do, and it took me about a month to actually make that communicated with the organization
Mhm.
that this is not what I'm doing anymore. I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to do some, but I can't be doing. I had 2 books. I had a workshop for them developed, and what am I doing? It's not
Yeah.
anything for me. So
So the reason that I love Gary's story there is that it indicates quite clearly, Kat, why it's not your fault. I think fault and guilt have a relationship, and um, it is your responsibility to move forward. It's your responsibility to stride into what gives you energy, and your responsibility to move and continue to give value to your community. But where you were a year ago and what happened, you can look back on that and realize that none of that is your fault.
and it's your responsibility to put yourself and what you want first.
Yes.
What are your values? Determine what your values are, and put your values first. And uh, you might even choose to prioritize those and maybe even for a term, focus on what that prioritization is.
Mm-hmm.
Because at different points in the journey, different values are going to have different levels of priority.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and the thing I'm doing now has more stability. It's a 20-year-old company. You know, they have a compass Rolls-Royce comp plan and they're in a good direction. And the other one's a startup and they have no fucking clue what they're doing. Pardon my language. So
Yeah,
That's exactly where I. That's exactly where I am. I'm
that's exactly what happened to
partnering
Gary.
with a guy that's been
same
doing
thing.
things for
Okay.
25 years now.
Yeah.
It's just more stable. Yeah.
He just added up his numbers. $3.2 billion of increased sales to Fortune 500 companies over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
3.2 billion.
So I think it's important in whenever we're feeling this guilt, you guys, that crops up, that we identify, as Gigi was indicating, like, why do you have it? Like, why are you carrying it? What is the function of this? And everybody makes business mistakes, you guys. Everybody. We get involved with the wrong partners. We get involved with the wrong venture. We make poor marketing or offer choices. All of us make business mistakes. If there was a clean and clear roadmap and that information alone could help us, then what's the term? Everyone would be rich, skinny, and happy. Like the fact is that it's just not true, right? Like there is your uniqueness, Kat, mixed in with the business world and exactly what recipes you've got. Wow, two eagles just flying right over top of my office here.
That's good
Distraction.
luck.
Squirrel, there you go.
There we go.
Um, I mean, that is a unique recipe to you that nobody else can ever live. And so navigating the pathway for you is a unique journey, and it's going to have ups and it's going to have downs. And
But
the
it's
thing
all
with
kind of
entrepreneurship
yeah.
is that we tend to fail publicly,
Mm.
right?
Well, look at Linus. You and I both went through that, and what a train wreck that was. But
Oh, Gary knows
uh,
all about it. Oh, there you go,
oh,
buddy.
Gary
Yeah.
knows all about that too. But I call that my learning tax or my network marketing university, and it was
Yeah.
fabulous.
That was my first blow up.
Yeah.
Your first glow up? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was only barely in it. However, it got me linked with those guys. And then later my real estate mentor got me involved in a thing called Hyperverse, which was a crypto thing back in 2000. And we built a team, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was doing great until it was gone
Yeah.
Oh.
in like a couple of days.
Yeah. So anyway, let the guilt go,
Anyway,
Kat. It
yeah.
doesn't help you. It doesn't serve you. I know it, and it in part also comes with that industry, right? There's a whole bunch of context to this. But the fact is that you are the only thing you can do is be in integrity as you. Everything else is just bullshit. Right?
Thanks, guys.
Good. Good. Okay. So let's jump back over to our PowerPoint there, y'all, and talk about your lab results. The checkpoints and check-ins document. So let's put in our start dates and end dates, you guys, for the 2 weeks prior to our meeting. And what was your revenue that you hit over the last couple of weeks? What were the sales that you hit? And what was the goal? Did you make the number of sales that you were looking to make? And what was the average value of those sales? And don't hesitate, Kat, to look at multiple companies for yourself here when you're filling out this document, right? Like, did We Care actually get to the revenue spots that you wanted it to get to? Right? Take this opportunity, you guys, to take a look at your business. It's a health check, right? Is it getting to where you want it to go? Putting your finger on the pulse of it all. Okay, does anybody need some more time to work on this document? Just by a show of thumbs up in the screen, you guys. Does anybody need some more time, or are you all good? All good so far? Okay. Gigi says she's good. All right. So let's find out how we did. Remember, this is a report card, you guys. This is indicating what's going on with your business right now, regardless of what stage you're at. Okay. It's just, are you making progress? Easton said at the beginning of the call, right? This is about progress. You want to be pushing forward here because who here would love to run a $20,000 per month profit business? Profit, I mean, it's in your pocket at the end of the day. Yeah, right? Kat, do you not want a $20,000 per month profit business? Yes, she would, right? So that means we have to chronicle the journey to get there. We have to make sure we're on the path to get to where we want to go. Because running a $20,000 per month profit business is different than running a $20,000 per month revenue business. Okay? But revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. And you want to make sure that what we're doing here is profitable and it makes sense. We all good with that? All right. So by a show of thumbs up, who was able to hit their revenue goals for the last 2 weeks? Who was able to hit the revenue goals that they wanted to? Nobody's able to hit the revenue goals. Okay. All right. That's fine. What about sales goals? Who was able to sell a number of times equal to what they wanted to make? So I sold 50 units, or I sold 100 units, or I sold 300 units, that type of thing. Anybody? Okay. What about leads? Who collected the amount of leads they were looking for? Gigi got her leads. Way to go, Gigi. Excellent. Okay. Kat will be right back. Okay, excellent. Way to go, Gigi. Good job. And was there something specific that you did to get those leads, Gigi?
I posted.
Hey.
No, and I also listen. I don't know if you're ever gonna do like who are wins for the week. Can I just share a win?
Yeah, we'll
Like
get to
I am
wins. Yeah.
certified. I'm certified as a hypnotherapist now.
Ooh. Yeah, we get to wins at the end of this process here.
It's hard to wait though, Michael. I don't want to talk.
It's got to be patient there. It's Christmas morning. Hang on, Gigi. We will get there. I promise. Wins and challenges are the bottom part of this document. Okay, good, good. And Facebook and Instagram or social media or marketing KPIs. Who was able to hit their KPIs? Okay, the reach they were looking for, the type of engagement they wanted. Easton hit those. Excellent, buddy. Good job. Gary's like, yep, yep, yep. Made some connections. Okay, excellent. That's great, you guys. That's great. Okay, so for those who didn't hit those results, so you didn't hit your revenue goal, that's the big one here, right? In your challenges today, I want you to write down what was holding you back from hitting your revenue goal. Okay, what was holding you back from hitting your revenue goal? So why didn't you hit it? And I have to do this with my own businesses, you guys. Like Just About Pets hit its revenue goal. Time did not hit its revenue goal. Why? What's going on? Why didn't it? What can we do to change things? right? Keep evolving things forward. Okay. So now we're gonna get to wins. I don't know. Should we make Gigi wait? Should we make her go second or third, maybe? Okay, Gigi, go ahead. What was your big win from the last couple of
Yeah.
weeks?
So yeah, so I finished my hypnotherapy practitioner certification. Yeah.
Woohoo! Nice.
And that was really good. But part of the uh, to to at the end, then we had to even have our marketing materials and landing pages for our how we're going to
Mm,
utilize it in our business. And I think that that was a big step for me because I hadn't been specific. It's been like, oh, I'm doing transformation stuff, but it's not been, almost like narrowed in. So because
hmm
I don't want to be like everybody else, and I want something that is a little bit different. And so anyway, I put my materials together for uh I feel like this is I don't know if this is a big step or not. Maybe it's taken a risk, but for people to get out of toxic relationships,
mm.
like developing a program to actually help them get out of it and not just like anchor in that pain. And so anyway, that's what I did, and that was a big deal for me to even put together marketing stuff for that was a big deal. So
That's awesome.
now I can choose to actually do it for real or not.
I love it, Gigi. Congratulations. That's great. That's great. Well, the offer stuff we're talking about today is all about laying out that transformation. So this will be good to help you clarify that language for sure. Oh, Gigi's getting a call. Okay, perfect. So let's see. Darinka, what's a big win for the last couple weeks for Miss Darinka?
Because the one of the ones that I can think of is I have helped one customer who was really freaked out about feeding her dogs raw. She's transitioned one, no problem, and but the oldest one, who she just really didn't want to change what he was eating, he absolutely loves whatever she's giving the younger one. So to me, that's awesome, right?
Yeah,
So I'm happy with that. I am. So I'll take that one.
that's great, Darinka. Well, transforming lives one dog at a time, right? That's great stuff. Good,
Yeah.
good, good. Awesome. Easton, how about you, buddy?
For myself, I guess the group had a lot of people hop into the group. I think both weeks, like 20 plus people hopped in, which is nice. And then, yeah, so it's nice to see the group kind of. It was a little quiet for a bit, but then a lot more people joining made me happy. So it gave me confidence.
Nice, buddy. What was the cause of that?
I think I think the warm weather. I feel like, and then some of the content. Um, so I think now that spring is on the horizon, and some of the content that we're pushing out to get them engaged, and um, I think everyone's hopeful for the new year.
Mm, nice. Yeah, this early time of the year, like once we hit spring, it's a really good time for the home renovation business and home services business to start expecting better, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Now it's good to keep a feather in your cap, Easton, of going, well, think about this, you guys, in December and in November so that you can get your marketing and your lead flow going early on in your business. So when spring hits, you guys, you're really rocking and rolling, right? Like if you can use that as a frame of reference, that will really help them too. Oops, lost you guys. There we go. Okay, cool. Excellent. Kat, how about you?
I would say a big win for me is that about half of the customers, maybe 60% of the customers in my Zinzino business have come to me. I never talked to them about it. So my videos are working.
That's
Or whatever
amazing.
content I'm putting out is resonating with people, and that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Mhm.
And so they're just finding you and
Just
reaching out.
they're just messaging me out of the blue. Like, yeah, the last three customers I signed up just messaged me out of the blue and said, "Hey, I want that Omega test." And I was like, "Okay, let's go." So,
That's the
woo-hoo.
idea, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea. That's great, Kat. That's great. Remember what we talked about this before. Your marketing is a habitat, right? So you don't get to choose when they move forward. You just have to be there and present and continue to serve. So I love it. Good job. Very good job. Okay. And Mr. Gary Glass.
Well, I did my first 2 minute vignette with my apprenticeship group, the speaking group. I got great feedback. And so I feel like I've still got plenty to learn with respect to how to edit a 1 to 3 minute vignette.
Mm.
And so there will be more learning there. And it was just great feedback. I wrote 4 more vignettes at what I'll call level 1, which is essentially just getting the story onto a piece of paper. Just get and I'm not going to bother attempting to edit those yet until I feel like I've gotten my mentor, my vignette mentor, my speech mentor, saying that a vignette's nothing more than a mini speech. So just to give everybody a
Thank you. I was going to ask that. I have no idea what
yeah,
you were talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. I saw your face.
It's a theater term, Kat. It's a theater term. So okay, cool. Yes.
So and then I got a lot of progress made on my 5K in 5 minutes.biz website. I've got testimonials from a number of Fortune 500 sales executives saying how our group has done great work. And I've got a little bit more work to do on that. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I've also I've been just starting to talk to I don't know, a couple of friends per week, seeing if they want to be involved with this, if they know anybody or if they know someone that knows anybody associated with any sort of a big company, Fortune 500 preferred, and we'll take care of anybody if they need help with their sales, and we're very sales oriented and making certain that they get the right mental toughness towards having their sales move forward. And so
Hmm.
I I had seen their old marketing. They were talking about 1.2 billion in sales increases for Fortune 500 companies, Johnson and Johnson, Toyota, Coca-Cola, stuff like that. And they redid the numbers. They're up to 3.2 now. So
Hmm.
but that's what happens when you're at something for 20 years versus a startup.
Yep. Yep.
They've got the processes are there, the ideas are there. And then what else? What's another win? I continue to add to my vignette title page. I'm up to over 70 stories, and I only need 10 or 15 good stories, but I'm up to over 70 stories. I don't know if all of these stories will work, but I just keep listing them. I'll figure as time goes on, I'll figure out what works.
Love it, Gary. Good job, buddy.
So it was a great week. It was a great week.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So now it's time to break down our challenges. So we'll do our round table coaching here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. So we'll get 5 minutes each to unpack some of these things that we're tackling, which is plenty of time. That's just great. So by a show of thumbs up, who's got their challenge written down and ready to go? Darinka's got hers. That's great. Gary's got hers. Easton's good. Okay. Gigi, Kat, do you guys have your challenges? Okay. What's your challenge, Kat? You got to write it down. Why didn't you make as much revenue as you were looking for? Remember that was the question. So what challenge was holding you back from making the revenue that you wanted to make?
Am I allowed to say time management? Sorry, I'll think of something.
We'll get to Kat's challenge near the end, I guess, as we give her some time to reflect on her challenge. What is banging into things for her? Okay, so I'll go over to my PowerPoint here. Okay, my lovelies. So remember how we do this, right? You want to state your challenge. You want to take down all ideas, right? This is a brainstorming exercise. Quite often, you can be able to combine ideas and get a really, really good winning one. But at the end of the process as well, we want to make sure that you pick one idea to run. Okay, and stating your challenge should take you less than 30 seconds. Many of us take way too long to state our challenge, like a minute, minute and a half in, which means we don't have clarity on what the challenge is yet. So, state your challenge quickly and succinctly. Take down all the ideas. Winning ideas are often ones that you've never thought of and combine them together. And then pick one that you're going to roll with for the next few weeks. Okay, so let's get things started. Why don't we start with Mr. Eason? My friend, what is the challenge that you want to roll with?
My struggle is delegating. I've been struggling to get the team or to train one of the people up properly.
Okay. So, any thoughts to help Mr. Eason out on this one, you guys?
You know exactly what your training needs to be.
Yeah, so I have a template.
Area for it.
Yeah, I have a template, but I feel they fall off, or sometimes don't know how to troubleshoot based on some of the responses. I'm just kind
Say that
of
again.
comfortable.
Say that again. I didn't.
Sorry, I have a template for them, like almost like a small script for them to follow, because it's through DMs. But I feel sometimes when they don't some of the responses they get, sometimes it baffles them. So and
Outside of the DM.
yeah, or there's just responses so that come from the group because they range in the business sizes, and so I guess they're not willing to. They're not comfortable to just to engage, and they're either calling me or I'm not comfortable hopping on sooner.
What? Let me see. Besides the DMs, what additional training are you giving them? Like just in general, with respect to what the purpose of your business is? Do they understand the mission?
Yeah, they understand that.
Does the mission go to? Would your company mission be able to help you with that training for the individuals?
I could work on that more. I feel like we've worked together for a little while, that they understand our avatar, but I think they're actually in Red Deer, but the person's working out of Red Deer, but they feel like they're still struggling to engage them. Like it's already a market that they're already interested. They understand the group's quite large. But sometimes when we have that script, when we have the questions that ask them or engage them, some of the responses it puts them at a stop, or and I've mapped out my content, but sometimes I haven't been engaging them myself, and it just kind of falls off, either myself or the team.
Right or wrong, my opinion is the training needs to be better, because you want a business. You don't want to be buying a job.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like someone who is doing direct message for you, Eason, to nurture a lead?
Yes. So they've come in. So sometimes what we do is we'll offer like a PDF. They'll want it, and then we'll start that conversation to book a call, essentially.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's a large company, so they want the PDF, but they don't want to further the conversation. And then I guess
Who's a large company?
it's some whoever's like hopping onto the group that's in the
Gotcha.
group. So yeah, so it goes back to what Gary was saying. It's maybe a gap in the training.
Hello, Phil.
If they're not, yeah, that's where I go with what I've heard. If they're not feeling comfortable of working outside the script, my opinion is, right or wrong, that they need to understand their mission better. And I don't know whether it's I don't know. There's all kinds of different, my understanding of your business is some semi-limited. You might find something from like a the guy that does real estate for Rich Dad Poor Dad, Ken McElroy. You might get some. I take a look at his stuff maybe, and even don't even. I don't know if you're willing to spend the money on even on a book or the time to go on a book, but maybe look at his website.
I think one of the things we got to remember, you guys, is whenever you're training new people, and Kat has to run into this all the time, you want to train from what the outcome is. What is the result that you're looking for, Ethan? And depending on what position they're being trained for or all those other things, you want to make sure that their outcome is clear, right? You can train skills and all that kind of stuff, but here's the thing. You can't control anybody. And so if you're looking to establish control over the whole situation, right, then ultimately what you're going to get is, as Gary said, you're not going to have a business. You'll have a job where you're controlling all sorts of people, right? As parents, we have to realize this. We can't control our children. All we can do is influence them. All we can do is hope that we provide the environment where they make the right decisions. So I would make sure you take a look at your training and you're clearly identifying what the outcome is that you want for this person. And therefore and if they're in a sales role, which is basically what they are, they're in a convincing someone to book a call role.
Yep.
What's the outcome that they want to drive from that individual that they're talking to? How do they want that person to feel? What's the value that you want them to deliver? So you give them a framework to use rather than specific scripts. Because the more clearly we script things out and the more we hang on to things for other people, you guys, the trick is that can lead to a spot where we are controlling everything. Right? And the person doesn't feel empowered to make decisions in that conversation. They feel like they have to follow the script. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bet. Okay, Miss Darinka, what is your challenge, my dear? We'll go to 4 minutes because Phil is here now. So go ahead, Darinka.
Okay. Part of my challenge was I wasn't totally prepared. I didn't know we were going to do the check-ins this morning, which is fine. And I'm slowly transitioning from using QuickBooks to completely with just Square. So I'm going to have to go back and look at all my sales with just solely Square because I was just extracting my figures from QuickBooks. But aside from that, I know how much I order every 2 weeks, and it has just dropped like an avalanche. So I don't know if it's the gas prices or everything that's gone up that's really affecting. I think I'm going to just have to really work on my posts, really attracting the people that doesn't affect them. If that makes any sense, like I've really got to figure out something really quickly because the sales have just gone almost from like amazing to zero. Yeah.
Okay.
For which product? Sorry, I missed that. I'd be
Oh, with the Caribou Paws pet foods for the raw food.
all raw food or just a certain brand?
Yeah, like even somebody tagged me in a local post yesterday that the feed store that also carries raw food, which is fine, different brand. And anyway, they've totally ran out because they drive to Alberta to pick up their supplies. So somebody tagged me saying that, possibly I could help them. And the lady responded, oh, it's okay. I'll drive up to Prince George or she'll get it. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Hmm.
Right. So it's like, I know I offer a different product. I get it. But are people going to go somewhere else? Or I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to attract still the right people so that I can turn this around here.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because I should have ordered,
Any thoughts, you guys?
yeah.
That seems weird. Like, don't you have a bunch of regular customers that come in for that?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I know towards the end of February, I sent out an email. I did do a post that the prices were going to increase March 1st. So have they looked at that and thought, okay, I have to reevaluate my budget and go somewhere else?
Hmm. Okay. Well,
Is that
any thoughts, you guys, on fusing a retail business with some sales? So, Dorinka, it sounds to me like you need a good promotion, right? So, some sort of BOGO promotion or some sort of, ring in spring type of promotion, right? Something to inspire people to come back in and get their product, right? So the tricky part with retail is quite often the thing that motivates people is price. Okay. Their loyalty will buy you so much, but for the most part, it's going to be price, especially in a commoditized industry like food.
Mm.
So, on that front, you're going to want to run some sort of promo,
I can work on that? I have to.
right? So, some sort of promotion that's going to help you generate both interest and sales quickly. And you can
Okay.
send it out through email, right? Your emails are great, so I'd send it out that way for sure. But your business is small enough, Drinka, that there's a lot of people who I would just in your shoes, I would just send them a message. Like, what's the normal way that you contact them? Is it via text message, via email?
A little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
would
yeah.
just start sending out some messages to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Email's powerful. I pretty much have emails for everybody. And they do read them
Yeah.
or they respond. So, but thank you. Yeah, I can work on that.
Yeah, Phil, you had a question there, buddy?
Oh, I was just gonna. This was just something that was coming to mind. Was what about the possibility if you considered having a subscription? So, for example, lock in a particular like 12-month. You have to do the numbers, of your cost versus delivery and price selling point. Um, for example, say that somebody gets a subscription and I don't know. Maybe that's a 15% discount if you work playing with price and throw in a couple of other products or something.
Shit.
Oh, I gotta have my supply. I can't be without it. So they'll renew it, you know, that's just kind of maybe
Yeah, I
play with
think
that.
that's a business model concept that could be looked at, Phil. It's probably not going to help her solve the initial
It
problem.
doesn't get the initial cash.
Yeah.
We need a flush of cash right now. Have you taken a lottery ticket lately?
And the tricky part with that type of industry is that you're only making 26 to 28 points in profit in general, right? So you sell something for $100, you bought it for 72 or $73. So there's not a ton of margin in it. But if Drinka needs revenue, whether it's at profit or not, she needs the influx of people. And just to get them back in, to look them in the eye, Drinka, and say, oh, it's been a few weeks, or it's been a month, or what prompted you to come back? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just want to create that relationship and create that connection again.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gigi, how about yourself? What's your challenge?
So I'm in the process of trying to figure out this package,
Mm,
how to package the program. And, previously I've done a 1 week kind of intense everyday type thing. And then they could pay more for like the second and third, depending on how long they want to keep doing. But I change it on those second and third weeks and fourth weeks. So I don't know if I should do that for this toxic relationship stuff or not, or if I should just do it as you know, my issue is that if I bring them in at like say 249, 349, then I could do subsequent weeks a little less and they could stay if they choose to. But I feel like people who are in toxic relationships that want to get out need almost that constant contact to help them make the break.
mm.
So I don't know if you have any, you may marketing expert here, Michael.
Okay. So, like, how you're bundling your product, basically. How you're assembling this. What do you guys think?
Is there a reason you want to do this differently than other ones you've done? Is it just because relationships are different, or?
No, I actually think it's probably, I guess it's more of a matter of, do I want to just go for like a longer program, because it's something that also takes longer to accomplish, but you also need something that's pretty intense at first. So
Hmm.
that's I think
Yeah,
that's,
true, because people keep going back.
mhm,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm.
Easton, you're
You're
muted there,
on
bud.
mute.
Can you? I was gonna say, can you tier it or give them the option? Hey, I have two solutions. Kind of one is like a 3 month solution, and kind of like a gold and silver kind of package. Where one, hey, it takes it's kind of like what they were saying before. It's a subscription style where you're getting support more often, or either weekly or more consistently for a longer period of time, and then tell them, hey, based on your situation, I recommend this to get you right. Hey, and you can almost do a little questionnaire. Hey, A, B, and C, it shows that you need more support. I recommend the program like Gold because it helps you get to your end result faster or better. Or I recommend, hey, 3 months bi-weekly based on the outcome that we want to deliver to you.
Yeah. I guess I will say, so I love the idea. I feel that because I'm starting out, I don't have the client. I don't have those clients yet. So I don't have, and I also, uh, this is run on my other program was a group, right?
Mhm.
So I've got to be careful. I can't offer very much to begin with because I don't have the clients. So we'll see. But I love the idea. Like someday, yes.
Yeah, well, and I think so, Gigi, one of the things that is great about when you're launching a new product is you can launch it in a very small way to begin with without having to make any major decisions about what it's finished as, knowing it's a beta version, right? As it were, pardon me, and knowing that it's going to evolve. Right? So you're looking for answers because you don't know how long they're going to need to be connected to you to get the result that you're offering them. So on some level, if it's a buy you at a week at a time, that permits both the information and flexibility that you need to actually do it properly.
So you're saying that you think that that's a good idea? Is that what
I
you're
think I
saying?
would stick with what you know works, what you feel. I mean, the tricky part is, so this is all about understanding where your client is in their journey. Do you expect them, Gigi, to be buying from you? And this is why knowing your ideal client is so important, you guys. Do you expect them to be buying from you at the stage when they want to leave? Or do you expect them to
Well,
be
see,
buying from
that's
you
just it.
when they're
In
going,
order to
am I in
to
a
do this,
toxic relationship? I don't
right?
know.
In order to do this, there's I think for that initial week, it needs to be more because there's going to be at least an hour long intake because I need to know kind of where they are because people are going to be at different stages.
Well,
Right.
that makes it harder to pitch because you don't know what problem you're solving fast, right? So pitching it in such a way as maybe, are you in a toxic relationship? And helping them figure that out in the first week to 10 days of your program then naturally leads into the next stage, which is how to get out of it. And that might be a better model for you product wise, going, our first week is identifying what type of toxic relationship you're in. And these are the, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting.
Right? Because then you're not,
Like doing a quiz funnel thing, and then and
I think eventually you could get there. But for me, this is about putting you in a room with a person who's frustrated and suffering and understanding them and identifying what's going on over and over and over again so that eventually you can systemize some of it, right?
yeah.
But that way your web copy and everything that you're writing from a marketing perspective can have a streamline. All of it is about helping them identify whether they are or not in a toxic relationship.
So the first week for everyone is basically, are you in a toxic relationship, and providing
That's right.
the information about that.
It's
Because
the
I
only
think
thing
I
you can
guess
control,
yeah. Okay. Interesting.
right? That's from a business model perspective. It's a really slippery slope, Gigi, to only be doing business with people who are in toxic relationships and ready to leave right now, right? It's
Right. No,
it's
exactly.
difficult.
That's where I felt like I was like, this is kind of feels a little risky to
Yeah,
step out and do this. And I don't know that I want to be known for that.
yeah, I
Although
agree.
when I first wrote my business model, this is what it entailed. But that's
Yeah,
where I was at the moment. So
I think helping them identify what a toxic relationship is and
yeah.
whether they're in one or not is a very valuable offer. Cat's nodding away. Yeah,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of people that are in them and don't realize.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can't tell them, like they have to realize it for themselves. It's just
Totally.
like they just,
Yeah,
Yeah, like see all the light bulbs start going off
that's right.
for sure. Yeah.
right? And then yeah, you got to teach like, do you want to keep living like this? Like when the pain becomes greater than you know, then they'll make a change.
Yeah,
But I have people in those and 20 years still going. What do you do?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's where I would sit with it, Gigi.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, let's go to oh, pardon me, you guys. I'm so sorry. Let's go to Mr. Gary Glass. Gary, what's going on, my friend?
Uh, let me see. My biggest weed is probably getting more speaker uh, practice
Mm,
faster from approved mentor groups, if that makes any sense. And right now he's saying just within our own group, and so I'm doing that. So you know what, I kind of don't feel like I've got a big challenge. I just feel like I've got a lot to do, and I need to keep working.
hmm That's good, buddy. You're a racehorse just
I
in a
feel like I've
paddock.
got a lot of great clarity now with what I'm doing and where I want to go, and I'm just I'm just moving forward.
Yeah. So networking becomes the biggest thing for you at the moment.
Networking is
Just
the biggest
constantly
thing, and
networking.
it's all with people I already know, and
Yeah.
so it's just gonna be and I've I've started doing a little bit, uh, and it's all with people I already know. And it's just catching up with old friends and then saying, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Would you be interested in doing this?
Yeah,
It's been great. And I've been one of the other things I've been doing is what while I've been doing some stuff on Facebook for other things, well, for this and other things, I've just been writing down a list of names of who do I think would be good to
sure.
connect with this. So I've been making a big list of people that have had something to do in the pharmaceutical industry. And shoot, over the last couple of weeks, I've 16 people.
Nice.
So I feel like I'm doing. I just need to keep my nose down. And let me see, in a couple of weeks I'm going to be going back to Southern California for about a month. uh, 1 week for a class that I'm taking, Money and You. If you've ever heard of that, it's based on Buckminster Fuller's work. And then I'm going to hang out for about a week, just to visit friends and go to the dentist and that sort of thing. And then I'm going to go help teach a speaking to profit class.
Very good, buddy.
That's about another week. And in the meantime, I've also been taking writing classes with a guy that used to write for Jay Leno for the Tonight Show
Hmm.
jokes, and I've been taking a voice class with Roger Love, who
Yeah, he's
taught.
good.
Yeah, he's it's I ended up making a 5 minute recording for him, and then he gave me a complete breakdown. Okay, here's where you need to make your voice better, and here's the things to practice in order
Hmm.
to do that. It's just
Hmm.
I'm totally getting how he gets the results for people.
Oh man, three years in my acting degree. We took voice classes every day for 3 years,
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
right? How to work your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good.
Yep. Yep, for sure. Okay, awesome, buddy. That's
Thank
good.
you. God bless. God bless us one and all.
Okay, Miss Cat, how about you?
Eh, I had a hard time thinking of something. Um, I didn't hit my revenue goals. I just have to keep doing the do. Um, I think one of the challenges I guess I'm having now is duplication within
Yeah.
my team. So I'm working hard and I'm doing things, but some of the people on my team are doing diddly squat. And I know the best way to get your team in movement is to inspire them. You can't micromanage people in a self-employment thing because nobody wants to be managed. And so I guess I've had a challenge just trying to navigate how to keep doing what I'm doing and keep them engaged because over the last year in like my other one that I was building, I was doing coaching calls 5 nights a week.
Hmm.
And those were great, but at the sacrifice of my family time. So I cut them off.
Yeah.
I can't do that again. And I love my new companies in Zeno, but they have meetings 7 days a week. It's already like a lot. So I don't know, maybe I just need to do my own meeting and find time to connect. I just trying to find time. I don't know. I don't really have a challenge. I need to get my team doing things or maybe find
That's
new
a good
team members.
challenge. You have to motivate your team.
Mm.
Okay. Any suggestions, you guys, on how to motivate a team of people?
What does your team want? Talk to the individual team members and ask them what they want,
Hmm.
and then show them how them working hard for you gets them what they want. But and 90% of your conversation needs to be about what they want. Finding out what they want and talking about what they want.
I think a lot of the challenge with my team is we were all in Lactigo. Now we've all moved to Zinzino. My whole team followed me. And we're all
It,
having the same guilty feelings that I was talking about earlier. And yeah,
the stuff.
the stuff, we're all carrying the same baggage.
Mm.
Yeah. But you're right. I should talk to them and make some time for that.
What do they want?
Yeah. Go ahead, Gigi.
As being a product of Michael, I would say that having a challenge helps people step up to the plate.
Mm,
If you can gamify it
Like a
somehow.
contest?
sure.
That's a good idea.
Contests, challenges. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say a challenge or some sort of competition.
That
Or
usually gets people
yeah,
going. Yeah.
or
Yeah,
just gamifying it so that they're
yeah,
like, like,
It's got to be
I
fun.
don't.
like
Okay.
I'm willing to lose to myself before I'm willing to lose to other people sometimes.
Mm, there you go. Nice.
Well, and it's a win-win for everybody anyway, but
So Kat, I will say this. My grandfather used to say, you can't create a silk purse out of a sow's ear. And what he meant by that was that, uh, you know, people are who they are. And this is the thing with the network marketing industry, right? Is that why they call it a numbers game? Is that you should never expect most of those people to ever get anywhere, unfortunately. They won't
It's
have your
true.
drive. They won't have your work ethic. They don't care about it as much as you do. They have different wants than you do, right? So your job is to create the bonfire, and whether they want to get close to it and jump around and have a good time is up to them, right? So and keep finding leaders. You have to keep
Yeah,
turning rocks over to find the leaders.
that's
That's
what my sponsor said. He said you got to go in recruitment mode and
yeah,
find the diamonds that want to blow it out of the water like you do because I'm like in the 1 percentile.
that's right.
I know that.
And
Yeah.
so, but you just said it. I'm in the 1 percentile. So why would you expect the 99% to do it?
Yeah, I forget that all the time, even though I know it.
Yeah.
I know.
So we are, like the people that want
Yeah,
to sit and work on their businesses, you guys, in meetings like this, they're the 1%,
that's true.
right? That show up to work on their businesses. Most people just plug their nose, put their heads down, and keep grinding away and realize that they're not getting where they want to go and it's far too late. So remember, your job is to, yeah, recruit for leadership, right?
Okay.
And other than that, yes, I mean, run challenges. Yes, you never know who's going to come out of there, right? But let's look at this from a pro athlete perspective. Professional athletes are the top fraction of a fraction of a fraction that make it to where they want to go. It doesn't mean that Michael can't play hockey, but Michael ain't ever going to be an NHL player. So if somebody's trying to nurture me along and continue to teach me how to be an NHL player, they're likely going to be wasting their time,
Uh,
right? So you do that as a group. You have 73 Michaels in a room, hoping that one of them turns out to be a National Hockey League player. And that's how you do it.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let them be where they're at and just keep loving on
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Phil, how about you, my friend? Let's go. 4 minutes, buddy.
Oh, obviously, I'm not where I want to be, but I don't have a weed that comes right to mind specifically, other than really nurturing relationships and getting out there, meeting people, figuring out where they are hanging out, and like specifically referral partners. Start doing better. I was at this, go to another level, contacting people, do some contacting, have conversations. That's where I know I have to do because the issue is that okay, do what I know I have to do. That's my challenge right there. My doing gap.
So why aren't you doing it?
Yeah, that's the thing. I just have to do it.
No, there's a why. What's holding you back?
Oh, why? I've gotten busy on two other projects that I've been waiting for, and they're happening too slow. And I'm tired of just waiting for them. I have to just re-engage the people and inviting people to different events and then also going to attend events. I've had some great last 2 to 3 weeks. I've had some great events I went to, met some people, had one-on-one conversations, and that's good. And two of them are really going to probably be a good referral partner. It's just a matter of, okay, how do I let's speed it up a little bit more. I'm grateful for where I'm at with that. With that, I have to just be more people, so that I have more people. If I have 15 people I'm talking to, instead of just having one to two, that really steps up. Instead of just waiting for one client, I can have an opportunity to have more. That I guess that's where I'm at.
I don't know if that answered my question there, buddy. Those was a lot of words, but I don't know how they answered the question of why are you not doing the networking that you wanted to do?
No reason. I just do
There's a
just get
fear
content.
holding you back, Phil. There's some one of these. I
It
mean,
could
there's
be,
six ghosts of fear. Which one is it?
yeah. It could be a fair thing that I can't bring it to words right at the moment. I can't identify it, and that could be what it is. I just can't identify it, and it could be a fear. It could be a fear that I'm not allowing them to see the value of what I can do for them. I think that could be playing in myself. The challenge is coming up for word to describe it. I don't have any word I can use to
Hmm.
just have to say damn the torpedoes and do it. I, I think just
But
get
that's
into
not
action.
working for you. You've had
That's
that mentality for a while, and that's not working for you.
yeah. Huh. I can't really put I can't I don't have a word.
So this is,
I I,
you
I
guys
like to
have
be more
heard me.
transparent. I just don't have a word for it.
That's
I
fine.
can't
Yeah.
I
So you
can't
guys
get
have
it.
heard me use this concept before, right? There are things that you learn, but there's things that you earn. And a lot of us are pretty comfortable learning all sorts of cool things. But courage is something that you earn, Phil. And pardon me, the courage to get out there comes from getting out there, putting yourself, in the fray and realizing that it's okay, right? I can get out there, I can network, I can meet people, and nothing bad's going to happen, right? But clarity is required for courage to work. Clarity of attention, clarity of offer, clarity of outcome. You guys all with me on this?
Hmm.
It's really hard to be courageous about anything if you don't know what the clear outcome is supposed to be. Let that be a lesson for all of us. Very difficult to be courageous if we don't know what the clarity of the outcome is supposed to be. Right? With Eason's training, it's tough to be, courageous in attacking the training stuff that's going on with that trainee in his business if he doesn't have clarity over what the outcome is that they should be achieving. Right? What that exactly looks like and what that exactly feels like. And so, Phil, one of the things that I would imagine is important for you is to understand the transformation that you're giving to that prospect, right? Clarity around exactly what your product is and exactly what its deliverables are is empowering,
Yeah.
right? Cat's business is growing. Why? It's full of clarity, right? Take this test, figure out your omega 3 6 ratio, then we go to the next step. It's very clear what that whole process is, right? And so um, I think clarity of your product and your offer might be the thing that's holding you back.
I'll work on that. Yeah, that could. I'll work with that and flush it out. I will get more clear and the value that that offers, the transformation. You know,
Send
and
me an offer document, Phil.
I don't know if I really have an offer document.
Then you
Like,
need to make one.
I will make one.
Send me an offer document. What it is, what the transformational offer is, how long it's going to take, what the cost is, what do they get?
I will do that.
Right? You got to do the work, you guys. You got to do the
Mhm.
work. You just can't learn this stuff. You have to do the work to get through to the other side, right? And not the busy work, right? The real work, which is drilling down for clarity. Okay,
Thank you.
cool. Yeah, you bet. All right, you guys. So now what I want to do is I want to talk just briefly over the next 6-7 minutes here about offer building clarity. And so I have a document that I'm going to send over to you guys that I've been working on. Oops. There we go.
See, I
Um,
needed it. I needed that class before I can send you the document. That's why I'm
yeah.
here.
Yeah, there we go.
What a perfect.
Perfect segue for you. This is good for Gigi, good for Phil. So I despise the I help X do Y. To me, that's so boring. It's so lame, right? I help busy entrepreneurs simplify their lives and get more attention. Yeah, boring. Okay. So what I've given you guys is a whole bunch of different patterns and templates to replace that with something more dynamic and more useful, right? So things like call out the hidden pattern or call out the hidden problem pattern, which is the problem isn't what they think it is. It's actually the real problem. Statements like that help you quite a bit, but it's all based on what the great transformation is that you offer. Okay. So write this down, you guys. Your transformation has to include 4 things: who it's for, who it's for. And you got to be specific here. So this could be, local dog owners, Drinka. This could be um, construction companies, Eason, or renovation companies, right? But I like to use some sort of adjective. So overwhelmed construction companies, or overwhelmed renovations companies, or frustrated, right? This could be, in pain desk workers. This could be um, busy moms. Okay, something that is both the noun and some sort of adjective to describe what they're suffering from. Does that make sense? And I want you to include their starting point or their history. So what are they up against at the moment? Okay, what's their old state? So what is the state that they want to get out of? So this is the stressed or the confused or the feeling invisible or um, struggling to make ends meet, whatever that is, right? So, what is the state that they're in? Okay, so a great transformation statement includes those 2 things: who it's for, and what is their old state or current state, really. And then ultimately, section number 3 is what is the desired result? What's the desired result? What is the desired result that they want? And this can be about they want to feel strong, they want to feel empowered, they want to be free, Gigi, they want to be, um, out of their, away from their current situation. They want more customers. They want, in Gary's case, they want to add 15% to their sales totals, right? What is the desired end result that they want? And the more specific in these things, the better. Okay. And then number 4 is your unique mechanism. Your unique mechanism. Why should they choose you? Why should they choose you? What's your unique mechanism? Right? So if I was to look at Eason's business, I'd be like, okay, Eason, what's a really cool term that we could use that means automation, but they might not be familiar with? Right? What could that be? Like, for example, when I'm pitching Time to Lead Academy right now, I'm using a method or methodology term called neuro decision sequencing. And people are like, what the heck is that? What's neuro decision sequencing? Right? And it's basically me, and I explained the triune brain, right? The deep brain, the inner brain, and the outer brain, and that we make decisions in a very specific pattern. And that when you lace that throughout your business, you get way more influence and better results. So that's the unique mechanism, right? Neurodecision sequencing. One of our unique mechanisms, right? Drinka, we, in your magnetic messaging process, we came up with a couple of little cool philosophies, right? Like fresh is best or whatever that was, right? These aren't necessarily unique mechanisms, but you could use them in a similar way, right? Kat, in your case, that blood test is a unique mechanism, right? In Gary's case, the unique mechanism is what do they call it? Mental toughness training.
Mental toughness.
Yeah,
Yeah, psychological performance training.
there you go. Unique mechanism. So unique mechanisms, they create IP, intellectual property for you. They create curiosity because people are like, oh, that sounds interesting. How does that work? Right? It might not be naturally all that new, but it's your take on something which makes it different. And I've given you 10 transformation statements here. Okay. So I want you to pick some of these and use them to create transformation statements. And from the transformation statements, then you can build effective pattern interrupts. So I've given you 3 pattern interrupts, right? System, broken system to installed system, call out the hidden problem, and then category creation, right? So for example, one of these is marketing sucks, build influence instead, right? That's my pattern interrupt statement. And I can use that all over the place, but I know that because I've done the transformation work.
Is that something that you put in the chat, Mike?
Yeah, I'll load up the document. I just have to do a couple final tweaks to it, Phil. Um, in my fevered state over the last week, it's not quite finished the way I'd like it to be. So I have a couple more pieces to get to it. So you'll have it about 15 minutes or so after we're done here. But the transformation statement, you guys, is crucial because it allows you to communicate very effectively what it is that you do. Very effectively what it is that you do. And it is the thing that's going to, Phil, give you courage and confidence to get out there and to start sharing it. You don't even have to have the product finished. Like Gigi doesn't have to have her product entirely finished to know what the transformation is and to go out to these groups or to be, on TikTok and going, look, these are the signs that you're in a toxic relationship. And so if you're done being in that space or you want to know if you're there and get some guidance, right? We do X. Does that make sense, you guys?
What was yours again, so I can write it down, for example?
Oh, marketing sucks. Build influence instead.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've given you a few here, right? Of templates and stuff like that.
Where are
And
these? I don't see them.
no, no, as I said, Kat, they're coming.
Oh, they're coming. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, okay.
yeah. Um, but the idea here is these are formulas, okay? These are formulas that you can do the transformation work and then plug the formula in. So, oh my goodness. They'll be very, very helpful of helping you narrow down, right? Take what is all of these wide ideas that you have and narrow them down into something you can actually communicate, right? When you're looking at landing pages and or how do I express what I want to do on a page, writing web copy is all about trimming. It's all about getting rid of stuff that doesn't need to be there so that you actually distill down to the one clear message that somebody actually needs to believe in order to move forward. And that is based on your transformational offer. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, cool. So I will send this document over, you guys, so that you've got it. I'll make it a little prettier and send it over. I've got it, as I said, I've got it right here. This is it right here. You can see what it looks like here, but I'm going to add some more pieces to it and a bunch more examples. And then you'll get it within 30 or so minutes. All righty.
Mhm.
Okay. And this brings us to the end of our leaders lab today. Did everybody get have a good day today? Was that good? It's good stuff. Okay. Well, let's hear from you guys. What popped out of today's leaders lab? How are you growing as a leader after today?
Well, I'd say it's hearing the questions again. Hearing these questions over and over and over again is such a benefit. The who's it for?
Mm,
What's their current state? What's the state I want them in after they've worked with me? And why should they choose me? It's such an important question to ask myself over and over and over again. What is the value that I'm showing them that they want?
yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Love it, buddy. Awesome. Thank you.
For myself, it was empowering the team for the end result. It's kind of the same idea. If you want the freedom, they also want that flexibility and freedom. And if you empower them, they also will help deliver the end result.
That's right, buddy. Yeah. You don't want a team of followers. You want a team of leaders. And so in order to make a leader, you have to put them in the environment to lead. Love it, dude. Awesome. Thank you. Phil, go ahead, buddy.
There we go. Yeah, I like that leaders, and then the questioning. The other thing I was going to say that was getting that clarity. Getting that very clear outcome, and then communicating that value proposition. And you're only going to get it from me. You're not going to get it from somebody else because I show up in my own unique way to them.
That's right.
So working on that.
Yeah. Love it, buddy. Crucial. Okay. Anybody else? Gigi, Kat,
No.
okay. Yeah, Gigi, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say actually, the fact that you said marketing sucks and build influence instead. It's like I'm so freaking passionate about what I do. This is not about marketing at all.
Yeah,
So I think
that's
if I
great to do.
just do what I'm passionate about, people will follow. It's just I need to not be concerned about what other people think about, like, like I just need to do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Love it. Okay, Kat or Dorinka, anything that came out of today's time or Leaders Lab?
I think it was a good general reminder that I needed to let my team be where they're at and who they are and not expect them to be the 1% activity level that I am.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of forgot that. Why isn't anyone doing anything? Well, yeah.
As I said, if everybody was a 1%er, the 1%er would be far smaller.
Mm.
Right? But that's the truth, you guys, of all of these things. And Easton, that's the same way with employees. The idea to understand where you want them to go, give them the framework and the idea that they can go there, but also hold space for the fact that they might not be the right fit. They might not be able to do what you're asking them to do. Right? It's the reason that you've got to move through employees. Are they the right person for this gig? Can they think on their feet? Can they do the things that I want them to do? If they can't, it's okay. Maybe they're good at something else and they can do it. Right? Right seat, right fit. That's what you really want. And Kat, it's the same thing. You have to demonstrate what a 1%er does so that other people can be inspired by it,
Yeah,
but never
inspiration.
expect them to copy you.
Hmm.
Right? Never. If they do, great. You have another leg and it's going to go crazy. Right? That's the long and the short of it. Okay. Drinka, any last final thoughts here, my dear?
It was just, for me, it was good just to be on the call. Listening to everybody's wins and challenges was good. And for me to verbally say what mine was, it'll get me going today. So thank you, everybody.
Great. You bet. And there's that profitable promotions AI tool that's in the back office too. So you can always use that as inspiration. Okay. Awesome, you guys. So next week we have our power hour on Wednesday with Irene from 12:30 to 1:30 Pacific time. I am actually taking a speaking course next week, ironically. I'm taking a how to build your speaking, not business, but how to get more speaking gigs and blah, 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 blah. Course next week. So I'm not available Thursday, so there won't be any whiteboard session next Thursday. And I'm looking to bring in a couple of speakers for whiteboard sessions for possibly the month of April and even the month of May. So getting some cool people on to do that. All right, y'all.
Who are you taking the speaking course with?
Um, her last name is Gray. She's Irish.
Gray?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really about how to speak, Gary. It's more about the business model of speaking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that Sarah Gray?
Could be, yes. Yeah.
Sarah Gray. Yeah, she's from the UK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's Irish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, very interesting stuff. I'm soaking it up to see how it can help us and help myself. So,
Thank you.
you bet, guys. Lots of love from me to you guys.
Thanks.
Have a
Thanks,
fantastic
Michaela.
couple weeks. Ciao for now.